You found, you found Ask Alice, the podcast that takes a deep dive into the societal currents shaping our lives. Together, we'll explore the often unseen forces at play. We'll examine the research, dissect the data, and most importantly, if you're seeking to understand what's shaping our society, this is the place.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We pull the key insights from your sources so you're genuinely in the know. Today we're tackling something huge, economic hardship. But not just the struggle itself. Our mission here is to explore its dual nature. Does it always mean decline, or can it actually trigger, real transformation?
It's a really critical question. You see, societies hit these tipping points during crises, sort of a fork in the road. Do they slide downwards, or do they manage to innovate, to reform? We want to unpack what pushes things one way or the other under that kind of pressure.
Okay, this tipping point idea is interesting. Before we get to the transformation part, let's maybe unpack the immediate human cost. When things tip the wrong way, our sources mention some stark numbers, right?
Yeah, they do. Like 16.5% of U.S. workers facing job instability. That's significant. And 12.1% dealing with food insecurity. These aren't small figures.
Right. But beyond those headline numbers, what are the sort of deeper impacts, the ones maybe we don't see as easily?
Yeah. Well, this is where chronic financial stress really takes a toll. It's more than just worry. It can trap people in what psychologists call the resistant stage of general adaptation syndrome. Basically, your body's alarm system is just stuck on.
Stuck on, wow. So constant stress.
Exactly. And that leads to, exhaustion, a weaker immune system. It can even contribute to things like PTSD. And data shows it hits women disproportionately hard. Now, if you connect that to the bigger picture, you see how individual strain fuels wider social problems, inequality, instability.
Makes sense. That widespread stress has to go somewhere.
Can you give us maybe a historical example where hardship clearly led to that kind of disruption?
Oh, definitely. The Great Depression is a classic, if grim, example. U.S. unemployment showed up to 25% by 1933. You had Hoovervilles popping up these shanty towns.
Symbols of despair, really.
Absolutely. And in Germany, that same economic collapse helped create conditions where the Nazi Party could rise. Extreme hardship, extreme politics, or think more recently, the Great Recession after 2008, triggered by those subprime mortgages. Right, I remember that clearly.
That directly fueled movements like Occupy Wall Street, their whole "We are the 99% slogan. It totally reframed the conversation about inequality in the U.S.
Okay, so that paints a pretty clear picture of the potential downsides, the decline. But is that always the case? You mentioned a paradox. Does hardship ever spark something positive, like innovation?
It absolutely can. It's counterintuitive, but true. Think about this. The light bulb, the telephone, developed during recessions in the 1870s, 80s.
No kidding. During recession.
Yeah. And even the barcode, something we see everywhere now, introduced in 74 during a downturn. Research shows companies that keep innovating during hard times, they can outperform competitors by over 30% when things recover.
Wow, over 30%. So why is that?
Well, recessions force efficiency. They force creativity. You have to find new ways to meet needs. It pushes companies to adapt, making them stronger for the recovery. We also see necessity entrepreneurs emerge, often younger folks, often non-white, starting businesses because, other options dried up. We saw a lot of that after COVID-19.
That's fascinating. So hardship forces creative solutions, not just belt-tightening. This brings up another angle. How do these crises push governments to change things, to reform the system?
That's a really key point. Crises often force a shift away from, say, a purely laissez-faire or hands-off approach. Governments feel compelled to step in more proactively. The New Deal is the prime example from the Great Depression, isn't it?
Right. Things like the FDIC, the SEC, Social Security.
Exactly. They fundamentally expanded the government's role, creating safety nets and regulations. Post-Asian financial crisis, you had IMF bailouts tied to crucial financial reforms in those countries. And after 2008, the Dodd-Frank Act in the U.S. brought in huge financial oversight, consumer protection, like the CFPB.
So a clear pattern of intervention follows crisis.
Definitely. It shows a move towards trying to prevent the next crisis, not just cleaning up the last one.
Okay, so bringing this all together. We have decline on one side, transformation on the other. What actually determines which way a society tips when that pressure hits?
Yeah, what makes the difference? It's complex, as you'd expect. What seems crucial is this interplay of a few things. Effective governance is huge leaders making smart, adaptive choices. Then there's social capital, basically the trust and networks within a community that let people work together to recover.
So how connected and trusting people are.
Precisely. And how well society manages big technological shifts, like AI right now. Huge potential, but also risks, like job losses. And critically, investing in people education, reskilling, helping them adapt.
Right. So wrapping this up, what's the key takeaway for you, our listener?
I think it gives you a framework, doesn't it? A way to understand why some places falter under pressure while others seem to find new strength, new ideas.
Exactly. And looking ahead, the challenges we face, climate change, AI, demographic shifts, they're all interconnected.
And tackling them effectively means we need these integrated resilience strategies. We need to move beyond just reacting. It's about building holistic policies proactively.
So the final thought maybe is this. Economic hardship isn't just something to adore. It's actually a powerful moment of choice, an invitation, really, to strategically build pathways toward futures that are more resilient, more inclusive, and ultimately more sustainable.